I'm James. I'm 49 and I'm Polish. So, yeah, I fix things, I drink too much, and emotionally repress everything. I'm the baby of the family, which sounds kind of cute until you realize that everybody else is dead. I've come to realize growing up that tragedy was kind of the family business. My last name's Laszko. That's Polish for three consonants. Walked into a bar and tripped over a Z. Honestly, I don't even correct people anymore. If you get within two consonants, I consider it a win. So, being Polish, we never really had therapy. We do vodka and denial, sometimes in the same glass. In Polish families, we don't talk about issues. We marinate in silent resentment and make soup from the bones of our emotions. But hey, we keep it light. Just a little generational trauma, family death, and a sprinkle of paperwork fraud. My oldest brother died last year from early onset Alzheimer's. I helped him finalize his house deed paperwork. He didn't really remember it, but I sure did. That's Polish estate planning. Get it notarized before they forget how pens work. My sister died of leukemia in 2019. It was great timing. She got out before COVID. My dad went out in 2017. Diabetes. He had a rehab meltdown. He got naked, fell out of bed, cracked his head, and probably had a heart attack. Classic Marine send off. Confusing, intense, and no one's quite sure who started it. Yeah, no, I sound like I'm speedrunning a eulogy, but don't worry, it gets dumber soon. A very talented middle brother, he was a musician and a professional motorcycle racer. He crashed on the track in 2000 and was paralyzed. He somehow lived another 10 years in his chair, but one day he stood up, grabbed his drumsticks, and took the stairway to heaven. Yeah, that's how my family does encores. Basically, my family tree is a stump, and I'm the last leaf just waiting for a strong breeze. Now it's just me, my wife, and my kids, and my dog. The dog's actually the only one still making eye contact, and even he's starting to avoid the heavy stuff. But we're Polish. We don't talk about it. We just drink. We cry on our soup and wait for another one to drop. Look, this next part's disgusting. You're going to laugh and then feel Catholic about it. Sometimes I catch myself talking to the ghosts of my dead family at dinner. It's cheaper than therapy, and at least the ghosts don't bill by the hour. The dog's pretty happy there's somebody else to hump rum in the house. Last time Grandma's ghost showed up, he mounted her spectral thigh and started going to town, man. Grandma didn't seem to care. I did film it for my TikTok channel. Hashtag when your family dog's kink is intergenerational trauma. Got flagged. Apparently, ghost sex violates community standards. My dad was a Marine. He did 24 years in, 3 tours as a drill instructor, and 2 visits to Vietnam. Somehow, between the napalm and Catholicism, he found time to teach me Morse code before kindergarten. He helped me get my amateur radio license before I was 10 years old. My government assigned call sign was KB6UYM. I thought it stood for Ultra Young Man. Pretty cool, right? I was a lonely ham radio goblin. Let me have it. Asshole kids at school said it meant ugly young man, and my Mexican neighbor said it meant ugly young Mexican. Again, I'm Polish, but honestly, I'd like to be included. I wasn't outside making friends or playing in the streets. I was in my room, listening to truckers talking about rest and truck stops. But by age 10, I knew which mile marker had clean bathrooms and which truck stops had the best choice of those lot lizards. I had no idea what sex was or what a lot lizard was. Lot lizard. Exactly what it sounds like, but with more glitter, BO, and hepatitis. I just knew that there were women out there willing to climb into a Peterbilt for $40 in a Slim Jim. You learn a lot when you're a kid on the radio, like apparently Breaker Breaker 19ers trucker code for I'm lonely and my pants are already off. Fast forward a few decades, I now run an IT company. We're like the Geek Squad if everybody had crippling emotional baggage and a deep fear of eye contact. Very Polish of us. We don't fix problems, we just haunt them until they behave. Basically, I went from listening to horny truckers on the radio to dealing with horny engineers that can't remember their OnlyFans password. At least truckers knew their handles. Engineers are like, I tried password 123, and then I tried my other personality's birthday. These guys will build a distributed system that'll survive the apocalypse, but the second their phone asks for a 6-digit code, full Victorian fainting couch. We're pretty good at what we do. Little do customers know all that we really do is bless keyboards and whisper, the power of DHCP compels you. By the time we're done, their Wi-Fi works, their systems are faster, and their mom suddenly starts texting back. I'm not saying it's related, but I'm also not saying it. My employees say that they want to take over the business so I can retire and pursue comedy. But these are the same geniuses that can't unmute themselves on Zoom. They'll be like, James, we're ready to lead, while staring directly into the little camera light like it's the eye of Sauron. I'm watching them fail at the one button labeled mic, thinking, oh good, the future of payroll is in safe hands. Half the company thinks unmute is a philosophical journey. The other half is still trying to remember if they're Team Chad or Team Brad in the chat. Running IT is wild because every day is either hero saves the city or guy can't find the any key. There's really no middle ground. We do cybersecurity too. It's pretty fun because I realize most breaches start the same way. Hey, James, I clicked a link that said invoice and now my computer's speaking Romanian. And it's like, congrats, you just adopted a hacker. People think IT folks are cold and logical. We're not. We're just emotional firefighters. I don't fix printers. I mediate between a woman named Linda and a plastic demon that eats papers and dreams. My engineers, totally brilliant people, but they communicate like startled deer in chat. You ask them, hey, how's that project going? And they answer, yes. So, yeah, I want to retire into comedy, but I can't hand the keys over until I'm sure the next generation can handle real pressure, like a 2-factor prompt, or eye contact, or a meeting where somebody says, quick question, and you don't immediately fake a power outage. So, until then, I'm still on the mic. Breaker 19er. This is KB6 UYM. And the kids are not ready to take the wheel. Thanks, James Lasco, The Pole Comedy.